Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Hello, how are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel Learn French with Anubhav. If you have already subscribed to my channel, press the bell icon to get the latest updates. In today's class, we are going to continue with the grammar section. Okay, grammar section of which chapter? Of chapter number 7 on Pleine Forme. We have already completed the comprehension passage, and which book we are doing currently? We are doing Entre Jeunes 2 Cahier exercise by Mahitha Ranjit, published by New Society House India Private Limited. So we are to start with the grammar section now. This is the part 2 video. Grammar section will be completed in 2 videos. Okay. So let's start from question number 1. Remplacer les tirés par l'adjectif possessif approprié. Okay, so these blanks we need to fill with the appropriate adjective possessive. We all know what adjective possessive are, the adjectives that indicate possessions, just my, your, his, her, our, like that. So in French we have mon mame, ton tate, son sensé, notre nom, votre vos, leur. Okay. Il dit bonjour en levant son chapeau because chapeau is masculine singular, il is the subject, right? That's why son. Because as you all know, for adjective possessive and for pronoun possessive, we see two things. First, the noun for which it is getting used, and second, the possessor or the subject, right? Marianne va repasser ses robes. Ses robes, why? Marianne, third person singular possessor and plural noun, right? Écrit à tes grands-parents. Why we use tes? Because it's écrit, imperative with you. Mon rhume est affreux. So, masculine singular. Okay. Well, it's a open-ended question. You can write mon, ton, son. Any answer would work here. It's just that the adjective should be masculine singular. Ont-ils retrouvé leurs bijoux? Bijoux, plural. Il, plural. That's why. In the same fashion, we have la même exercice. Ahmed a oublié dash argent et dash livre. Son argent, ses livres. Ahmed is the possessor, right? Masculine singular, and this is plural. Geneviève et toi, vous partagez votre ordinateur singular et vos disquettes, plural. Il vous a parlé de ses expériences, plural, pendant son voyage, singular, masculine singular, son voyage en Afrique. Similarly, il entretient sa voiture, feminine singular, et il paye ses factures chaque mois, plural. Monsieur, vous aimez votre classe? Sir, you like your class? Of course, but this class is my preferred or favorite class, right? Ma classe préférée. Here the subject becomes je because it's in the dialogue form. First part is it vous, and then this professor, this Mr. the sir is answering to the question. Nous éteignons notre téléphone, bien sûr, it's singular, cellulaire pendant nos cours, during our classes. Okay. Quel est ton âge et ton adresse, jeune fille? We know already that whenever we have a singular noun beginning with a vowel and we have to use adjective possessive for either je or tu or il, we need not to worry about it much because we have to straight away write the masculine singular form, right? Ils vont au théâtre avec leurs parents, plural, et leurs sœurs. They go to the theater with their parents and their sister. Le corbeau a couvert son bec, masculine singular, et a fait entendre sa voix. Feminine. Voix is feminine singular, okay. Though it doesn't end with E. It's an exception. La sécu voit vos dépenses dépasser son budget. Why did we write son? The social security sees your expenses passing its budget. Okay, here the subject is changing. Like it's a declarative sentence that the Social Security is looking care of your expenses even when it overpasses its budget. Right, so here that's why we have used sans bouger. Now we have to do question number 3. In this video, I will do question number 4 and I guess question number 5 as well. Let's see. So it's remplacer les mots en caractère gras par un pronom possessif. Okay. So we have caractère en gras, like en caractère gras, that is bold text. So ton enfant aime lire. Such questions, though you are not going to get in exam, it's very easy. It's like just for practice. The questions that you will get in your exam is of this kind. Question number 6, okay, where we have adjective and pronoun combined. Anyways, ton enfant aime lire, ton enfant masculine singulars, the adjective possessive will give you a hint that which pronoun should correspond with which subject, right? So it's tu. So la tia aime lire. I am reading out the full sentence and I've just written the answers. Okay, I mean the pronouns. I will read out the full answer, don't worry. Votre grand-mère est-elle très âgée? La vôtre. It will become la vôtre, right? I missed the hat. La vôtre est-elle très âgée? La tristesse est émouvante. La leur. Why la? Émouvante. We can get a hint from here that we have an extra e, so this distress is the word tristesse, feminine singular. It is feminine singular. La tristesse, la leur est émouvante. Ses habits sont devenus trop petits. Les siens, masculine singular, sont devenus trop petits. Avez-vous amené vos enfants à la plage? Vos enfants becomes les vôtres. So, avez-vous amené les vôtres à la plage? Avez-vous vu mes lunettes? Lunettes is feminine plural. So, avez-vous vu? That's much like a tongue twister. Avez-vous vu les miennes? Okay. Prenez la raquette de Pierre. La raquette de Pierre. La raquette feminine singular. De Pierre, which means il, is the possessor. So, prenez la sienne. Okay? Mes parents se reposent après une chaude journée. My parents take rest after a hot day. So, les miens. Masculine plural, les miens. Like, that's how the language works, right? Like parents, grandparents, we take these terms to be masculine plural and not feminine plural. Ce sont ces bicyclettes, ce sont les siennes. Ce sont les bagages de José et Frédéric. Okay, similar question what we saw in part 7. Les bagages, it's plural, and the José et Frédéric, so il is the possessor. So it becomes they, theirs. These are theirs. Ce sont les leurs. Okay. Remplacer le tiré par un pronom possessif, very easy. Où sont mes dessins? Where are my drawings? Où sont les tiens? Where are yours? Masculine plural. Well, you can even write où sont les siens is also fine here. Ce sont tes valises. These are your suitcases. No, ce ne sont pas les miennes. Here only this is the possible answer. Les miennes. See, wherever the subject is not there, I repeat, wherever the subject is not there and there's no specific indicator that this is such and such is going to be the subject, you can actually write any given that the gender and the number, that is whether the singular needs to be there, plural needs to be there, or whether feminine needs to be there, masculine needs to be there. If you are doing that correctly, it's perfectly fine. For example, in first one, où sont les siens is also perfectly fine, but où sont les tiens we have written because it's like a conversation going on between two people. Aimes-tu ma voiture? dash est beaucoup plus joli. Do you like my car? Here it has to be la tienne only. Like, do you like my car? Yours is much more beautiful. So la tienne, feminine singular. C'est notre chambre. Oui, c'est la notre. This is our room. Yes, this is ours. Well, in this context, you may also go for c'est notre chambre. Oui, c'est la vôtre. Is this our rooms? Our room? Yes, this is yours. Both are fine. Depends on the context, no? J'ai mes amis et ma sœur à les siens. Why les siens and why not les siennes? Because we have to see mes amis. It's masculine singular. So we will take the same treatment here. You write les siennes, it should be considered wrong. Though it's grammatically right, but considered wrong. Madame Durand est venue avec son mari et Madame Leblanc est venue avec leur sien, with hers, masculine singular. La mère de Paul est informaticienne et la mienne est professeure. J'ai raté mon bus et tu vas rater le tien. Here also no open-ended question. The subject is clearly mentioned that I missed my bus, you are going to miss yours. How saddest sentence, huh? Anyways. Je range mes photos de famille. Range-t-il les siennes? Why photo is feminine plural? Okay. It's an exception. It doesn't end with E, still it's feminine. Mes patins sont en cuir et toi, en quoi sont les tiens? Mes patins, masculine, plural. And here the possessor is tu, so les tiens. The last question for this video, okay? Réécrivez les phrases suivantes en remplaçant les mots en caractère gras par le pronom possessif approprié. Attention à la contraction, extremely important. In your exam, at least 1 to 2 parts will contain contraction. And many students skip this contraction aspect. And if you skip contraction, you lose a mark, like half mark. Because in one question you have one adjective and one pronoun. So if in one you are not doing the contraction, if it's required, then you are losing the half mark for this blank. For this adjective possessive you have written correct, you are getting the half mark here. Okay, but for this half mark gone. And if this adjective possessive is also wrong, then of course full 1 on 1 gone. Parlez-vous de ma mobilette ou de sa mobilette? So the sa mobilette becomes la sienne and the la doesn't really contract together. We can write them together, they don't contract. Like du or they don't contract, so the la sienne. Final answer will be parlez-vous de ma mobilette? Such a tongue twister word. Parlez-vous de ma mobilette ou de la sienne? Je me mêle de mes affaires, mêle-toi de tes affaires, les tiennes. Les tiennes plus de. The plus les becomes they. So answer would be mêle-toi des tiennes and not the les tiennes. If you write the les tiennes, it will be considered wrong. You have to contract. J'en ai parlé à mon frère et j'en ai parlé à mon frère et elle en a parlé à son frère. A plus le sien, A plus le becomes AU. So final answer will be j'en ai parlé à mon frère et elle en a parlé au sien. J'ai écrit à mes copains. As-tu écrit à tes copains? A plus les tiens. A plus les tiens becomes au tien. So final answer will be j'ai écrit à mes copains. As-tu écrit au tien? Just few more questions and then we will move to the next video. In the next video I will complete grammar. That will be the part 3. In part 4 video I will complete literature, and in part 5 I will discuss the writing section. So in 5 videos chapter 7 also done, and after that from the workbook for the chapters that are there in syllabus, only chapter number 8 and chapter number 10 will be left. Only 2 chapters. Rest all workbook uploaded on my channel. Amazing. Je téléphonerai à ma grand-mère et lui téléphonera-t-il à sa grand-mère? A plus la sienne. So answer will be je téléphonerai à ma grand-mère et lui téléphonera-t-il à la sienne. Nous sommes allés en vacances avec nos enfants Y êtes-vous allé avec vos enfants? Avec les vôtres. There's no contraction here. It's easy. Je pense souvent à mes cousins. Penses-tu à tes cousins? So a plus les tiens becomes au tien. Final answer. Je pense souvent à mes cousins. Penses-tu au tien? One more thing. Do not do this serious mistake of just writing the pronouns and adjectives in the answer. No, wait. Your questions are in the form of fill in the blanks. You can actually, like for this specific question, you can just write the answers. Just make sure that adjectives and the pronoun, whichever order it is, you follow that order only of the blanks. I was saying that if you get a subjective question anywhere, not talking about exam specific scenario like CBSE exam specific scenario, in any exam, if you get a question like that, don't do the mistake of writing just the answers. For example, in pronopassonal, many students end up writing just the pronouns. That will be considered wrong, because in such questions we also see the placement, we also check the placement, whether the student knows the application or not. You can identify which one will be the correct one, good for you. In fact, that's a good thing. But if you cannot do the placement, the correct placement, then certainly there's no benefit, right? Le directeur a répondu à la lettre de Jacques, mais il n'a pas répondu à ma lettre A plus la mienne à la mienne. Elle est satisfaite de sa chambre. Est-il satisfait de sa chambre, de la sienne? Very easy. Elle va à son village et ils vont à leur village. A plus leur. Masculine singular, A plus leur. So final answer will be elle va à son village et ils vont au leur. Perfect. So let's put a halt here. Say to push it. That's all for today. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel Learn from Anubhav. And if you have any doubt or suggestion, you may write that in the comment section below. You may also like my Facebook page by the same name, Learn from Anubhav. See you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Au revoir. N'oubliez pas que la langue française est l'amour.